Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a look at the best GPUs for 1080p gaming at 144Hz and 240Hz in 2025. If you're after buttery smooth gameplay and want to push high frame rates for competitive gaming, I've got the top graphics cards to help you achieve that. From budget-friendly options to high-end beasts, we'll explore the best choices for getting the most out of your 1080p 144Hz or 240Hz monitor. Let's get into it. Number 4. Zotac Gaming RTX 4060 TOC. If you want the latest NVIDIA tech in your setup without spending too much money, then the RTX 4060 Ti would be a good choice. Now, the RTX 4060 Ti is meant to be a 1080p graphics card that can run games at high frame rates, which makes it suitable for gaming at high refresh rates. Let's start with the technical specs. The graphics card comes with 4,352 CUDA cores, which is a notable jump from 3072 CUDA cores in the base model, RTX 4060. Further, the T version also has an improved base and boost clock speeds of 2.31 GHz and 2.54 GHz, respectively. Considering these figures and the fact that the RTX 4060 Ti costs as much as the RTX 4060, the T variant is certainly a better buy. Now, while buying the RTX 4060 Ti GPU, you get two options, 8GB and 16GB. Depending on the kind of games and software you're looking to run and your personal preferences, you can go for either variant. However, note that the memory bus is 128-bit, the same as RTX 4060. Considering the above figures, you might have guessed that this GPU is good for mid-range builds. In our review, we saw that the card achieved good frame rates. For instance, while playing CS2, the GPU was able to deliver 265 frames per second and 165 frames per second at 1440p and 1080p, respectively. All in all, with RTX 4060 Ti, you can expect good performance in 1080p and 1440p gaming. For updated price and more details, check out the links given in the description. Number 3. Gigabyte RTX 4080 Super Windforce V2. If you have a big budget and a powerful rig, then the RTX 4080 Super GPU might be a suitable pick for you. As you can guess, in terms of power, the RTX 4080 Super is second to the RTX 4090, which happens to be the most powerful GPU on the market at the moment. To start with, the RTX 4080 Super features 10,240 CUDA cores, which is a small jump from the 9,728 cores in the RTX 4080 GPUs. Likewise, the base clock and the boost clock speeds have also received small improvements in the Super iteration. And as far as memory configuration is concerned, the RTX 4080 Super sports 16GB GDDR6X VRAM with a 256-bit memory interface width. With these numbers, you can expect the GPU to deliver smooth performance regardless of the resolution. It is worth noting that this combination resembles the RTX 4080 base model. As you might have guessed, the RTX 4080 Super, as well as the base model, is meant for high-resolution gaming. We're talking 4K here. In our review of the RTX 4080 Super, we found out that the GPU is capable of putting out high frame rates at high resolution. For instance, while playing games like Assassin's Creed Mirage and Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora at 1440p, the GPU delivered 139 frames per second and 119 frames per second in 1440p and about 95 frames per second in 4K. So, of course, you can expect even higher rates at 1080p. However, if you want to play games at 1080p only, then the RTX 4080 Super might be an overkill, and an expensive one at that. But if you don't want to restrict yourself at 1080p or even 1440p, then the RTX 4080 Super is definitely a better pick than the base RTX 4080. For updated price and more details, check out the links given in the description. Number 2. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT. If you prefer an AMD graphics card, then we think that the RX 7900 XT is a good choice. Now, the 7900 XT was released in late 2022, and at that time, the GPU wasn't an instant hit. However, in 2024, the graphics card offers a much better value as well as performance. To start with, think of this GPU as a runner-up to the more powerful RX 7900 XTX. The RX 7900 XT comes with 5,376 stream processors, which means that the GPU can handle more parallel processing and more complex workloads. However, the highlight here is the 20GB GDDR6 VRAM with a 320-bit memory bus, which is something we usually see in the newest and most advanced GPUs. And while the GDDR6 VRAM might be slightly slower than the overclocked GDDR6X, it is sufficient to run most games and applications. Plus, it is more power efficient than the GDDR6. Now, as we saw in our RX 7900 XT review, the GPU can handle 4K gaming and deliver decent frame rates. More specifically, it delivers 60 frames per second at 4K in almost all the games that we tested. At 1440p, it can achieve even higher frame rates. For Assassin's Creed Valhalla at 1440p, it delivered 145 fps. When we ran the same game at 1080p, we got 175 frames per second. For updated price and more details, check out the links given in the description. Number 1. Asus ROG Strix GeForce RTX 4070 Super OC Edition. If you are looking for the best GPU to run games at 1440p, then we think that the new RTX 4070 Super offers great value. The GPU was released in January 2024, and it's a successor to the RTX 4070 To begin with, the RTX 4070 Super sports 8,448 CUDA cores, which is significantly more than the RTX 4070 which comes with 7,680 cores. In simpler words, more CUDA cores equals more performance, so you can expect the T Super to outperform the T version. Now, the base clock and the boost clock speed of the RTX 4070 and the RTX 4070 Super are quite comparable, with a slight difference. However, it's the memory configuration that has received a significant tweak. The Super iteration has a 16GB GDDR6X VRAM with a 256-bit memory bus, which should deliver faster data transmission and better performance overall. Considering the impressive figures so far, you can expect the RTX 4070 Super to deliver accordingly, and it does. In our RTX 4070 Super review, we saw that the GPU delivered about 93 frames per second at 1440p on average. Then, at 1080p, we managed to get a solid 360 frames per second while playing CS2. With the same resolution, we got 153 frames per second on Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, all you need to do is pair this GPU with a suitable monitor and CPU to achieve your desired refresh rate. Overall, if you want a high refresh rate, good picture quality, and the latest tech in your rig, then the RTX 4070 Super will be a good fit. It's also a good GPU if you want to keep your options open for 1440p gaming and some 4K titles as well. For updated price and more details, check out the links given in the description. Thanks for watching. Those were my picks for the best GPUs to hit 144Hz and 240Hz at 1080p in 2025. If this video helped you choose your next upgrade, drop a like and let me know which card you're going with in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe for more GPU reviews, gaming tips, and tech content. See you in the next one.